Hello, everybody. This is the sort of step-by-step video. Sorry, I just turn this down. That I'm doing to help you do your liver flush. So the longer video has got a bit more explanation and some lovely pictures about it. And this one, there's a little note there, so you can zoom in. What foods not to eat, what to eat, a bit of preparation. So the first few, you may need to do your enemas, have a look into that. You can do a juice diet if you're kind of into light food already, as explained. So the one thing I didn't mention a lot of in the longer video was apple cider vinegar. It's a couple of videos, it does suggest that you have apple juice. It's the malic acid within apples and apple juice that is needed for the liver flush. This prepares the stones and it softens them. I'm trying to think. They can be quite hard. And the malic acid softens them. I actually take apple cider vinegar most mornings now, whether I'm flushing or not. It's a good thing to help the liver. That is up to you, but so I just use an apple cider vinegar. All right, so to use that a good couple of weeks beforehand. What else is there? Yep, so the food, have a look into that. Okay, so so whether you're having the enema or the juicing, so literally a couple of days before the flush, you are, it does say to be free of fat just that day. I like to be maybe 1 or 2 days beforehand, just to make the process a lot better. If you're going to go through and do it, you may as well do a good one. That's my thinking. And so on the morning, I now have a juice. And then, so you can have a breakfast if you're needing to eat. You could have a muesli with water or maybe with an oat milk or something like that. Try not to have too much cheese or avocado, any fats that morning, I would suggest. And then it says they're all a bit varied really, but 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, those kind of times to have epsom salts and water. So you're meant to have 750ml jug of filtered water is best, with like 4 tablespoons of epsom salts. You can do it from 4, 6 and 8. I think that's your minimum. So 2 hours apart, and you'll kneel by mouth by midday, so not even drinks. So you've kind of got this build up, and then the next glass of water you have is the salt. You can add lemon because it's not that tasty, and some people feel it a bit like that when you drink the salt water. It takes a bit of getting used to, or drink it through a straw. I promise you, after you've done a few, yeah, it's easy. And I actually use Epsom salt water now to help an intestinal cleanse, because I do get IBS issues and I have digestion issues due to stressful conditions. And yeah, I think that's it. So you've got your salts. I think 4, 6 and 8. I sometimes take 1 at 2 because I sometimes feel like I need an extra one. So those ones, and then you've got prepared. You're going to feel by the late afternoon, evening, you may feel a little bit like tired or sleepy. I would, by 6 or 8, your last one, get your juice ready, so you're not doing it at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. It's good to have your juice, if you have a juicer, to leave it as late as possible. Any juicing is not good to keep. That's another subject. Longer than 20 minutes apparently, because of the nutrition's, the minerals and the enzymes and things, the value of it starts to dip. But anyway, to prep it up, so you've got your grapefruit juice, your orange and your lemon in there if you need, with olive oil, about 250ml in your cup. Again, you'll get to be familiar after a couple what you need. And that's it. Get yourself comfy. After your drink, you want to be in bed and you want to be laying down on your side, on your liver, so that it can just release everything. You want to get cushions in between your legs, and so you don't want to be moving. at night, they say, it's best. That's it really. And then the next day, just be prepared. You're going to, to be at home the next day if possible. Now, like I say, I know what my body does and how it goes through it. So I don't need to stay at home when I'm doing it. I sort of know. I mean, the morning is good because you will release a lot of stones, and it's interesting to see what comes out, I think. So for that reason, it's good. You can check what comes out. This is a bit, I don't know. You might just, if it comes out and then flush, it's gone. But you can use a sieve or a strainer or anything like that if you want to collect the stones and have a look. Because it is quite interesting to see what you've kept. Sometimes I get smaller ones and sometimes you get bigger ones. And each time it's different to what actually comes up and then what processes. Just to remember, if you do one, do continue. These flushes years and years and years ago were meant to be done like every 6-12 months. So you're processing the last 6-12 months. But when you're first doing it, you're processing years and years and years. Okay, so what happens is those stones that are right at the surface of the liver will come out, and then the old ones at the bottom come up. So this is interesting. I just thought of saying this actually. When I first started doing them, so I had PTSD that was quite serious. It was sort of, overtaking me. And then I had depression as well, and anxiety and mental health. So when I released the first few, sometimes I actually felt a bit, I don't want to say I felt worse because I don't want to discourage you from doing it. It's part of the process once you start tackling things and listening to yourself. So I did start to, things started to come up. I started to become a bit more aware of my mental health and my emotions that I'd been suppressing for a long time. So I would advise to keep continuing month to month, because what happens is the older ones will come up to the surface and you want to keep that cycle going. To keep clearing, because we all have years and years of cleansing to do. So I think my really stressful things, really just sort of childhood things, started way back 5-6 years old I was, and I'm now 40. I started doing these cleanses around 35, so I'm 5 years in and I'm still doing them and I'm still getting stoned. But I'm promoting this to do because it is amazing for mental health issues. Okay, so I wouldn't be doing it if it's just to be aware that you're going to be processing some stuff if it's coming up. And again, I'm here to help. Look at my other videos. Any questions, just give me a shout. But this is done for I'm sharing something that's really, really helped me. So it's coming from my heart and it's coming from love, All right, so take care and good luck. Bye-bye.